massive arena of the global economy, there is a huge race going on right now. And honestly, it's a competition that's probably going to define our entire century. It's being fought between two giants, two titans, and they have completely different game plans. Today, we are digging into the great economic race, China's factory versus India's marketplace. So to really get this, I want you to forget about countries for just a second. Just picture two businesses on the same street. One decides to build this enormous, super efficient factory, clean, precise, churning stuff out. The other opens up a kind of chaotic but vibrant, bustling marketplace. It's full of ideas, services, and thousands of conversations happening all at once. Who do you put your money on for the long haul? The factory or the marketplace? Just hold on to that thought. It's the key to understanding everything we're about to talk about. Okay, let's get into it. Our two competitors are, of course, China and India. You've got two ancient civilizations, two modern-day giants, and here's the thing. Each one has picked a totally different path to get to economic power. This isn't just about dollars and cents. It's really about two competing ideas for how you build a nation in the 21st century. So let's actually break down their game plans. Think of them like two rival teams, and each team has its own unique playbook that has gotten them to where they are today. And you have to understand these core strategies to have any idea where this race is headed next. And here they are, squaring off. In one corner, you've got Team China, who we're going to call the manufacturing titan. And in the other corner, you have Team India, the services guru. Right away, you can see these are two completely different ways to try and win the same prize. So let's look at China's playbook first. They became known as the world's factory, with a strategy that was as simple as it was powerful. Build it, and the world will buy it. They poured trillions of dollars into gigantic ports, high-speed rail, whole cities built around factories. They basically created a perfectly engineered machine to make stuff for the entire planet. It's a classic top-down, build-the-hardware-first approach. Now, let's look at India's playbook. While China was building the factory, India was building the office. It took its massive English-speaking population and used that human capital to become the world's back office, dominating in IT, software development, customer support, all the brainpower stuff. This is a totally different approach. It's bottom-up, people first, built on knowledge, not just concrete. Okay, so that's the theory. These two countries have been following these different paths for decades now. So where are they today? Who's ahead? Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard and see what the numbers can tell us about how this race has played out so far. And wow, the first number on that scoreboard is a big one. GDP, the gross domestic product. That's basically the total size of an economy. And you can see it clear as day. China's factory model has given it a massive lead. Its economic output is just enormous. And that's a direct result of all those years spent building that incredible manufacturing machine. So what's really powering China's economy? Let's pop the hood. This chart breaks it down for us. And just look at that. Industry and manufacturing, that's nearly 40% of their entire economy. That's the heart of the world's factory right there. It's the engine that created that historic rise. Now, let's flip over and look at India. And it's like we're looking at a totally different machine. The biggest piece of the pie here, over half the entire economy, is services. This is that marketplace model in action. It's not powered by assembly lines. It's powered by software engineers, by consultants, by millions and millions of skilled professionals. Okay, so you might be looking at that GDP chart and thinking, well, game over, right? China won. But here's where the story gets really fascinating. Because if we only look at the current scoreboard, we are going to miss the most important part of the story. There are these underlying trends, these surprising game changers that could totally reshape this race in the years ahead. The first game changer, it comes down to demographics, and it's all summed up in this one number, 10 years. That's the huge gap between the median age in these two countries. China's median age is up around 39, but India's, it's just 28. On average, India is a full decade younger. So why does that matter so much? Well, it's because India is about to cash in on what economists call the demographic dividend. It has this enormous young population just now entering their most productive working years. At the exact same time, China's factory is facing a huge problem. Its workforce is getting older, fast, and that could seriously slow down its economic engine. Game changer number 2, the digital explosion. You want to know what this number means? India now has over 100 unicorns. Those are startups valued at over $1 billion. It's a sign of this incredible digital marketplace that's been built on the back of hundreds of millions of new internet users and a digital payment system that's literally leading the world. This whole thing is what experts call technological leapfrogging. Basically, India got to skip a lot of the older tech, like landlines and credit cards, and jump straight to mobile phones and digital payments. And by doing that, it's creating this gigantic internal market. This isn't just about serving other countries anymore. This is about empowering its own billion-plus people and sparking innovation right there at home. But you can't ever count China out. And that brings us to our third game changer. Over $500 billion. That's how much China is now spending every single year on research and development. It is pouring staggering amounts of money into becoming the world leader in high-tech fields like artificial intelligence and electric cars. You see what's happening here? China is trying to pull off a massive strategic upgrade. It's moving beyond just being the world's workshop for cheap t-shirts and toys. Now it wants to design and dominate the most advanced technologies of tomorrow. The factory is getting a brain. So what does all of this mean for the next phase of this competition? It's pretty clear that both of these titans have some incredible strengths, but they are also both facing some pretty serious hurdles on the road ahead. Let's just lay it all out. For China, its number one strength is that unbelievable infrastructure and manufacturing power. But its biggest challenge? That aging population. For India, it's pretty much the mirror image. Its greatest strength is its young people and that digital boom, but its challenge is building out the physical infrastructure, the roads, the ports, and creating enough jobs for all those young people. And when you look at all this, you start to realize something. Maybe we've been asking the wrong question the whole time. Maybe the real race isn't about who builds a better factory or a bigger marketplace. Maybe the real competition is about who builds a better future for its people. Because in the end, this isn't a simple race with a clear finish line and one person standing on a podium. It's really the unfolding story of two global powers taking two completely different roads. And the choices they make from here on out, the hurdles they overcome, and the successes they find, well, that's not just going to decide their own futures. It's going to fundamentally rewrite the rules of the global economy for every single one of us.